By the end of this video, you should be able to create a decision program. Hi, my name is CodeSection, and today I'll be teaching you everything you need to do with decisions. Before we get started, let me answer how to actually complete this challenge. So we got given the prompt, build a cache register with the following variables. So this is how we're gonna do it. We have this, and this. So let's get started. Alright, so this is how we're gonna do it. Let's start by declaring variables. First variable is called item name. So let's say item name is sugarcane, and I want to buy 5 of them. So quantity equals 5. Price per unit. Let's do $2 per unit, and the money that I have is around, let's say, 200. So alright. So this is what I'm gonna do. We need to return the following things. So this is how I'm gonna do it. First of all, I'm gonna calculate the change I need to give back. So we have to do change equals money that we have minus quantity times price per unit. So in hindsight, this should be change equals to 200 minus 5 times 2. So that will in turn be equal to 190. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna print cache register, and I forgot to mention, but if you do print like this, you do not necessarily need to do \n in order to go to the next sentence. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it blank right there. Then we have item, and let's do the item name, and we are given quantity. Next up, we're gonna do price per unit, and let me print the line here. You do not need to print line, it is fine. And we are given money. Now we're gonna print out the change. So with this function, we can copy change here and just put it at the back. So let me do some cosmetic. So let me put the $sign here, and that should be it. So simply save the program and press run. There we go. Alright, so now that I've reviewed how to do that exercise from last video, let's get started. So Python, like any other language, has a thing called conditions, or we call it conditional statements. So basically, this means that we can sort a thing out into 2 ways. If it meets the criteria, so let's say 5 is more than 2, this is correct. But in hindsight, anything that does not meet the criteria, so let's say 3 is more than 15. Now, if you know this is not true. So this is false. So how do we translate it into a Python way? So let's say we have value A equals 15 and B equals 25. So we want to print yes or no out. So this is how we're going to do it. So we have to use a command called if, else, or elif. Now I will explain what these things do. So let's get started with the first one, the if statement. Beware that every condition must start with if, and it always has to have either else or elif. Well, not always, but in the best way to do this, we need an if statement. So let's say if A is more than B, then print A more than B. So this should return false. Else print B more than A. So what this does is basically, in this statement, it said if A 15 is more than 25, then we print the result, which is false. But otherwise, if it is wrong, we print B more than A, which should return true. It might sound confusing, so let me give you a new example. But if we run this, it should return true. Now let me make it better. If A is more than B, we should print it back true. Otherwise, we print back false. Let me do like that. So if 15 is more than 25, we print out true. Otherwise, we print out false, like this. And it is false. So with this logic, how can we actually use it again? So let me give you a better example on this. Let's say we have an item, and the price of it is 75. We have our money that we have is 50. So let's say if our money is more than the price or equal to the price. So by this logic, this symbol, the more than or equal to symbol, can also be written as more than or equal, like this. This is considered as more than or equal. And this is, of course, less than or equal. And the rest is just more than less than, or of course equal. But beware that anything that has a checking, if they are the same value, you do not put in if A equals B, because this means we are gonna set A to be equals to B, which is not how you use it in a condition. So beware, you need two equal signs. So with this information, let's implement all of this into the program. So let's say if our item price is more than equals to money, then we print out item price is more than money that we have. And this is where the elif statement comes in. Elif is stand for else if. So that means if this condition is not correct, then we go to the second condition, which is elif. So else if item price is less than equal to money, then we print out item price is less than money we have. All right, so we can stack this up and stack it up again. So let's say we are gonna stack it up. Let's stack this thing up. If item price is more than money, this or equal to. Beware, we have to use that symbol, or well, because it is more than equal to or less than or equal to. That means it's either if they are equal, then we print it out like that. So if item price is more than money, then we're gonna print out item price is more than money that we have. And in hindsight, we can also print less than money we have. And that will leave us with just one single condition. When we have this, we could simply just type in else. So we print it out, item price is equal to money that we have. All right, so let's do it. If I simply run this should print the first condition, which is more than or equal to. In hindsight, it should also run this, but we'll see. And yes, it will run from the first condition. So no matter if you have more than or equal to, if it is on the top, then it will always run from the first point here. If it's not true, it runs to the second condition, then to the next condition, to the next condition, until it ran out of it. Then it will resort to else. So let me give you a new example. Let's say we have a guy called Tyrone. This guy has health of 20 and he is 50 kilograms and he is 1.7 meters tall. Let's do 170 centimeters. Okay, this is his stats, and let's put name 1, HP 1, weight 1, and height 1. Now let's say we have the second guy called Bob. This guy has 40 HP, 60 kilograms, and 150 centimeters. So let's compare this. So what we can do is we can simply compare. Let's see, what can we compare? Let's compare his HP. Let's compare health first. So there you go. If HP 1 more than HP 2, we print out Tyrone has more health than Bob. Otherwise, else, let's do else, because we want to compare this. Alright, and that is our first condition. So if we try to print this out, let me clear this. If we try to print this out, we will see that Tyrone has less health than Bob, which is correct. Now, let's try to see this. If weight 1 is equal to weight 2, then we print out Tyrone and Bob both share the same amount of health. Otherwise, we will print out Tyrone and Bob do not share the same amount of health. Alright, so let's print this out. Now, you will see that we have both conditions. In this case, once the first condition has run, then it will jump to the second condition. So if they have compared this already and it is successful, it jumps to the second condition, which is this here. So in hindsight, we should return with less health and the same weight. And that seems to be the case. Tyrone has less health than Bob. Tyrone and Bob both share the same amount of health. Alright, so let's do this. If Tyrone, let's say if height 1 is less than 150, then we will print out Tyrone does not qualify for the minimal height. Sorry, minimum. Else we will print out is qualified. Alright, and in hindsight, we should also do height 2. Okay, and we change this to Bob. Oh wait, in fact, we can just do... Alright, so we have this settings done. This might look very weird, but bear with me. So if this run well, this should indeed return name 1 as Tyrone, name 2 as Bob. And this should also check for both of their heights. So if all goes well, then both of them should be run with the else statements. Alright, let's see. So Tyrone has less health than Bob. That is correct. Tyrone and Bob both share the same amount of health. That is correct. Tyrone and Bob is qualified for the minimum height. That is absolutely correct. Now, because we already seen how this works, let's actually go to the exercise here. So for today's exercise, or shall I say challenge, here's my challenge. You want to build an honest sorting program that checks for people who has more than or equal to 90 in their test score. So let me give you a hint. More than or equal to is a really good statement, in fact. More than or equal to refers to the symbol of here. Or in Python, we type it in, there we go. So here's the variables. Let's say I give you two scores. Score 1 has an int of 70 and score 2 has an int of 95. Case 1 is, here's the output, sorry. Here is the output. Case 1 is when score is more than or equal to 90. You are accepted into honest program. That is what it should print. And for case 2, when score is less than 90. So you can put in else for this one. That's the second hint. You are not accepted into honest program. That is it for this tutorial. And I will review how to answer this in the next episode. Peace out. Goodbye.